Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the VIT Today's FYI. I am Pragya Tomar and today I'm going to talk about love jihad and interfaith marriages prevalent in our country. Interfaith relationships and marriages have for far too long been an issue in India, and interfaith couples suffer amid a growing religious divide. Recently, there have been various parts of the term love jihad alleging that Muslim men target undue women belonging to non Muslim communities for conversion to Islam by feigning love. Muslim men hide their religious identities and pose as a Hindu to make Hindu girls fall in love with them. Non Muslim women are being groomed to accept their own subjugation at the hands of the Muslim men. They are kidnapped, raped, lured, converted to Islam, punished, and brainwashed. There is no love in these crimes against humanity. There is no ambiguity that is in form of love jihad. A Hindu girl marrying into a Muslim family and her conversion then to Islam portrays a certain dominance of Islam over Hinduism, where the marriage of a Muslim girl into a Hindu family with her converting to Hinduism would strike Hindu dominance. Note that the former is permitted and accepted in Islam, whereas the latter is shunned down and has become the reason for various cases of brutal, merciless beating, slaughter, and murder of the Hindu men. So, is love jihad then a sign of coercion or intolerance? Islam permits marriage between Muslim men and women who are people of the book, Jews and Christians. This standing belief disregards interfaith marriages between Muslims and Hindus since the faiths are starkly opposite. The marriage between a Muslim and a Hindu is considered fasid, irregular marriage, until the Hindu partner converts to either Islam, Christianity, or Judaism in case of wife or two. This implies that if a Hindu wife were to marry into a Muslim family, she would have to convert to Islam to attain full rights in the marriage according to the family. This belief within the Muslim communities is what made the Tanishq ad such a debated issue. The Tanishq advertisement projected an ideal picture of interreligious marriages, which is far from the reality of many interreligious marriages in India, promoting understanding and harmony in interfaith marriages. Let me elucidate some of the heart-rending cases of brutality and inhumanity against people choosing to love irrespective of the social norms set and the stereotypes of the Islamic driven community. A 23-year-old Hindu man was killed by his Muslim girlfriend's family in Delhi for having a love affair with a Muslim girl. In Delhi, Muhammad Afroz, Muhammad Raj, and three others murdered Rahul Rajput for having love affair with a Muslim girl. An 18-year-old boy named Rahul was beaten to death in Delhi's Adarsh Nagar by Muhammad Afroz, Muhammad Raj, and three others over an alleged love affair with a Muslim girl. According to the reports, the Muslim girl's family, particularly her brother, were opposed to the interreligious affair. Enraged over the relationship, the girl's brother, along with his friends, accosted Rahul in the Adarsh Nagar in Delhi and brutally assaulted him, leaving him mortally injured. Shot dead by Tausif for refusing to convert to Islam and marry him, the Nikita Tomar murder case. In between love jihad claims and provocative speeches by the right-wing leaders, there was a car-landed photo frame of a 21-year-old girl placed in one corner of her house and a weeping mother. Nikita Tomar was shot dead by her stalker Tausif in broad daylight outside her college on Monday, 26 October 2020, allegedly after she refused his proposal for marriage. Her father even claimed that Tausif and his family had been pressuring her to convert to Islam and marry him, and after she refused, he shot her to teach her a lesson, as he said. The recent cases of such religious intolerance call for an action to reflect upon communities. Why is it all peaceful and acceptable when a Hindu woman is to marry a Muslim man and is immediately expected to convert to Islam? While a Muslim woman marrying into a Hindu family is seen as a sign of endangerment to the Islamic religion and has families sorting to streets to make all attempts to end the prospective marriage. Many state governments have announced that they are considering enacting an appropriate law to stop marriages, which they term as love jihad, essentially a part of the interfaith marriages. Several BJP-ruled states have asserted that they would soon bring in stringent legislation against the love jihad cases. Ashok Gehlot had slammed the BJP over the term love jihad and said that the Saffron Party had manufactured a term to divide the nation and curb individual rights of the citizens. In the series of tweets, Gehlot added that marriage is a matter of personal liberty and bringing a law to curb is completely unconstitutional, he said. it will not stand the scrutiny by any court of law. Gehlot's remarks followed announcements by BJP-led governments in Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh that they are considering to enact a law against love jihad, referring to allegations that women are being converted to Islam in the name of love and marriage. Love and jihad cannot go simultaneously and should be put in separate brackets. Jihad is no place in love. Creating an environment in the nation where consenting adults would be at the mercy of the state power is not acceptable. Marriage is a personal decision, and putting curbs on it, which is like snatching away personal liberty, would obviously offend the very notion of individuality and basic freedom. It is not for the law to decide on any other matter concerning marriage of two adults. The right to marry a person of one's choice flows from the freedom of individuality naturally available to any individual. The law shouldn't be implemented in the name of love jihad because this term has misled the society and communities and has fueled communal outrage against one another. A law where a person will be called by the district collector 3 times with a gap of 15 days and asked in front of everyone if he or she wants a religion conversion will be done to assure that this is not forced upon. Recently, the Netflix series A Suitable Boy lands into controversy for allegedly invoking love jihad with hashtag boycott Netflix trends on Twitter. Let me tell you some interesting facts about the love jihad. Love jihad is not just a Hindu-Muslim concern, but it's a global phenomenon. In Britain and other countries, there are Islamism-driven grooming gangs who are prepared and trained specially to trap girls and change their religion. As many as 1,000 girls are feared to have fallen prey to these gangs over the years. And these gangs are given incentives based on which religion or caste girls they have trapped. Despite repeated warnings, the authorities fail to act against the perpetrators and root out the abuse. The distinguishing features of the grooming gangs is that almost all the accused are the British Pakistani heritage, and the victims are almost always the young white girls and Hindu girls. They are lured with drugs, alcohol, and cannabis, and after a period of systematic brainwashing, which involves alienating them from their family and convincing them that their parents are racist, they are piled for sex. There is a need to implement stern laws to fight against these staunch Islamic mentalities in communities.